Hey everyone, Matthias from Final here. Welcome back to the Final channel where we help you build amazing checkout flows for your merchants. First of all, sorry for the delay between videos. We've been crazy busy working on a new major release that I can't wait to share with you over the next couple of weeks. But in general, think updated menus in the builder, custom order screens for kitchen displays and fulfillment screens and so forth. You name it, and we're probably building it. Tons of cool stuff coming soon. But today we wanted to give you a quick update. So today we're diving into how to build a mobile checkout solution with the finalbuilder in just minutes. And then we're going to link it up to your phone for letting you use tap to pay. It's perfect for businesses on the move. So in this video, we'll be covering adding a new checkout form, configuring your phone as a payment terminal, and then connecting it all together and testing it out. So let's jump right in and get started. Great, so let's get started by clicking Create Custom Build. Let's call it our mobile build. We're gonna choose an iPhone 15 Pro Max. Click Create, and then we come in here. We're gonna select header and body. That's usually a pretty standard mobile checkout solution. We're gonna start by dragging in an image up here, selecting final logo. I usually like to set for mobile phones something down the line of 30% width of that is pretty standard. Then I'm gonna add a div container, and inside of that div container I like to add a home button, and then I will add also a slide out card element. And we're just gonna organize this a little bit nicer, so we're gonna say content direction that, and then right align. And you see what happens here is we now have a pretty nice looking top. We're gonna just say show the total in cart, and now you can see we have a good menu here. Next up, let's add in a product list. I like this list here, and you can see now that's preloading. And I like that it has these kind of edges like this. So let's try and replicate that in all of the different buttons too. So let's click on the button, and we're gonna then say, let's say 4, and then let's give it 16 maybe, and 16 and 4. And you see now we're getting the fully custom view that we would like here. Next up, let's add a tap to pay button, which is what we're kind of trying to demo today. And now I want to just choose width fill, and now you see that it fills the full width. And then I'm going to go down and choose border here, and I'm going to give the same 4, 16, 16, 4, and we're kind of starting to create a nice little theme here of everything. That looks pretty good right there. Let's add another pop-up here. Let's just call it product home or home. Gonna click here, and when you select the base layer here, for mobile phones, I usually like to just disable all of the close buttons and add that ourselves. And then I like to also set the width here to something down the line of 95%. So we get we can see a little bit of what it's loading on top of. Next up, let's add the text here. We're gonna put dynamic text, and then we're gonna go in and say product name. And you'll see as we get closer to this that this will of course show the product name of whatever product we're selecting to view. Next up, let's drag in a button up here. And this button, we're gonna just click create new action from scratch. We're gonna call it toggle product home pop up. And then we're gonna add a new step, and we're gonna choose toggle pop up, or we're gonna choose the toggle pop up home. So whenever we click that, it will close it. So we're going to name the button close here. Then let's just keep our nice style down here where we say 4, 16, 16, 4. That's pretty good there. We're just gonna select here a part which pushes them, the two objects inside of the container as far away from each other as possible. Then I would like to see a full product image here based on whatever we're showing. We can of course style this as well. So let's just do that quickly. And now we have a nice styled image that works there. Next up, let's load product quantity, and let's load product variations. And then lastly, let's add one more button at the end here. And let's call that action. We're going to create a new one here. Let's call it add to cart. And then we're going to say next step. We're going to say choose function, add product to cart, and add the active product to cart. What this does is whatever product is selected and the quantity and variation that is selected will be added to cart. Next up, after that, I would like to actually do one more little step here, which is we know that we're going to want to close this pop-up anyway, so we'll toggle the pop-up, which will mean that while it's open here, it's going to close. Then let's just give it with fill, which fills everything within the container. And then for the text here, I'm going to do something a little more special. I'm going to click product data here under dynamic, and I'm going to choose the price. And then what I want to do is I want to prepend this to say add to cart, and then bracket open, and then we're going to append it with close. So now you see we'll get a nice little add to cart with the fee amount within. That looks pretty good right there. Let's do one more thing. Just go back to pages here. And then under here, when we click the repeater div, we're just going to add one action, which is to toggle the pop-up. Remember from our last tutorials that whenever you click on anything within a dynamic grid, it automatically selects whatever the tile represents. So everything else we're going to do is really just pull up the pop-up, and then the active product will already have been selected. We could say we're done there, but I'm going to just add one more page just to show you one last thing here. We're going to call that checkout complete and click confirm. And let's just add our image here. We're going to drop it up into this div instead. Select the final logo. What have I been doing here? I think I might have dragged it in as a background here. We're just gonna add an image here into this container, and then we're gonna just click original. Let's set it to max width 30% again, but this time I would like it to be let's just get the right one, to be centered. That looks pretty good right there. And then let me add one more image here. I have uploaded a nice little section here, our image here, and we're gonna say text checkout complete, and then we're gonna add another button, which will be go home, which is go to page, and we're just going to go to station home after we're done, and we're going to call this go to station home. That's it for today. I think we got everything linked up nicely. The only thing we want to do at the end here is click our action pane, and then we're going to set when the checkout complete is done, what do we want to do with that? And we really just want to go say, actually, let me just add a new page here, a new action called go to checkout complete. And that will go to page checkout complete, save action, and then now that action should be available. So when we have completed the final payment, then it will automatically go to this page. That's it for today. Let's see how that looks. It's all published here, and I'm going to switch over to the phone and just show you how that looks. So let's just see and open the app here. We're going to just open up station settings, and we're just going to go over and say payment terminals. And what you see here is that it's lit up and say Apple built in. And what that really means is it has detected that my phone is compatible with Tap to Pay, which means the whole phone is a payment terminal. It might take a second for you as you start up the first time if you have never used Tap to Pay before, as it's just installing the latest firmware. Just go back and forth and you should see it coming up. But let's try and test it out. We're gonna go in here. Let's choose the Oliver face mask here. Add to cart. You see the card is updating up here. And as I hit Tap to Pay now, you won't see this as we can't really screen share the card data. So I just have a little icon here, but I tap my card on the screen, and payment is now complete, and everything is done, and we're back home.